Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade, Twin Cities by Night. Homecoming is our second story arc that takes place in the spring of 2010 and in Twin Cities, Minnesota. Follow the story of Ophelia, a Toreador played by Alex, Jonathan, a Ventrue played by David, Katao, a gangrel played by Joaquin, and William, a Ventrue played by Slavic, as they once again find themselves working together to find out who or what is targeting them and those close to them. If you'd like to contact us, you can reach out to us on Twitter at twin_cities_VTM or on Facebook at Twin Cities by Night. We hope you enjoy.
So you guys are in the room together, where you normally meet up?
Alright.
Just what we needed. A lunatic scourge, whatever that is.
I told you, apparently their whole job is supposed to, hunt down everyone who hasn't come forth to the Elysium and said, I'm a vampire.
Right.
So,
I wonder if she's looking for any employees.
So it's 21st century. We're supposedly living in a modern society, and we're entrusting that important role to a Malkavian based on her dreams.
Malkavian from 1945, no less.
Yeah.
From before 19. Did you see all the pre-45ers faces? They did not expect to see.
What are these dreams she was talking about? I had enough of this stuff.
Yeah, telling me.
Well, I mean, there's still Lilith cult members out there, and there's still Kay Teeth in the city, so obviously we need her.
That's true.
I mean, she's not our problem, so I wouldn't worry about her right now.
I don't know, because didn't she say she woke up because she dreamed of people doing something, having bodies or something, to risk exposing us?
Are you worried about the corpse that was in your bathtub?
No,
Is that what you're talking
not
about?
what I'm saying. I'm saying to me it sounded almost like what happened with the Lilith thing woke her, was part of the thing that woke her up.
I refuse to believe that.
Well, hey, I mean, we've all announced ourselves. I don't think we have much to worry about.
Yeah.
Let's just stay out of this.
Yeah, exactly. My thoughts.
That does sound the best thing, and even if they do find Carlos, I don't think he doesn't know our names, does he?
Well, I don't think so.
All right, so I don't think we're gonna have to worry about that.
Aren't there grandfather laws or something? You can't be tried for a committed crime if it was not a crime at the time that it was committed?
I don't think vampires care about that much.
We didn't actually make him a caitiff. We just simply said we found him and said, okay, just get out of here.
Maybe we didn't know he was caitiff. We'll just say we thought he was a gangrel or something, whatever.
You know, leaving that aside, what have you guys turned up about Roman Dunstone in the last while? Is there anything new you can fill me in on?
Well, Jonathan sent me some data, but it was completely worthless.
You just failed to get anything out of it. I could tell obviously that there was trails of information between Dunster, Colburn Trust, and
I'm
AMC.
telling you, it's all bullshit, man.
Quick backstory, so people don't know, Jonathan Chase completed his job that he got hired to do in the first session, where he had to find about all interactions between Colburn Trust Company and New Horizons Capital Management. So he went and he found out who a database administrator was for Colburn, dominated the guy, said, hey, give me a copy of this, gave him a copy. He did a brief analysis, and all you could really see was that Colburn Trust Company had interactions with Dunstern Organic Consultants. He sent the data to William, and he's like, hey, take a look at this, and William got no successes, dude. So he's like, this is worthless. I didn't find anything, even though, there might have been stuff. All right, so back to the scene to you guys.
You were supposed to make us some money with that. What the fuck happened?
You're sending me worthless data. I can't make money out of literally nothing.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not really involved with this high finance stuff, so yeah, I'm heading back to my place and just keep in touch. If someone breaks down the door or whatever, just
Let me know if you find any more corpses in your bathtub.
So, okay, the gangrel takes off for the evening.
Well, if you guys don't have anything more to talk about, maybe maybe you should go and leave me.
Two Venture, you guys taking off or what?
All right, I guess I'll go check out my nightclub.
Okay, you guys are going to the nightclub. We're going to go first with Juno. Juno, you're sitting there at your pad. I take it you turn on the TV and everything like that to kind of get word of mouth, or you know what I mean?
TV on, while I'm doing other stuff, just browsing the net, maybe looking up a bit of stuff about dreams. I don't know, I'm not sure really, but
all right,
along those lines, just kind of browsing the net, following where the links take me, kind of thing, while I got the TV on in the background.
All right, so while you're sitting there looking about, surfing the web, you catch a story that comes on the news, and it kind of sparks your interest because you hear a newscast, it's the local Minneapolis news, and they're talking about how a rise in gang murders that are currently going on, and how there's still an investigation on the death of a 15-year-old boy that occurred 6 months ago. And they kind of show a picture of like a 12-year-old kid. It looks like, it might have been 3 years earlier. And you glance up and you see that that's the drug dealer that you guys were talking to that night. And they're talking about how, they found him dead, extremely gruesome crime, as if to make a point. I talk about how this summer, especially, they're leaving with the warmer weather going on, and how it's kind of being normally hotter than usual. That there's a huge spike currently going on right now with drug-related crimes, and it kind of is not really sticking to one ethnic group,
Can I take a photo of the TV screen showing, a picture of him and with the caption "dead"? Do you know what I mean? Take a photo of the screen and that pops up. I'll pix it to the other guys.
You guys are all driving. You guys get the message on your guys' phone. As you're catching this story, they're also saying that there seems to be a high rise. There seems to be extra tension currently going on right now between normal African Americans and Somalian immigrants right now in northern Minneapolis, which is kind of known as being a hotbed of where the ghetto is pretty much right now. So you notice that that's what's going on. Because believe it or not, in real life, there's a high Somalian immigrant population in the Twin Cities, and actually how they kind of don't get along with normal African Americans who, were born and raised in America and stuff like that. So then you have a story about bath salts going on and everything like that. How this seems again to be this summer with the party scene and blah 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 blah, bath salts. Which next we'll go to Yucatao, where you're going about.
Yeah, I see no reason to, stick around in the streets, and I just I'm full up of blood, I'm turning it in.
Right, you're just gonna hang out with your ghoul dog.
Like the small TV in my place, just be like, okay, so anything I have to be worried about?
Does your dog have a name?
Yeah, it's a Kulan, Culan.
Kulan.
It's an Irish wolfhound dog. He's named an Irish name.
She sent you the text message, so you saw that message. What she sent to you guys. So, Two Ventures, you're driving along, you're driving to the club, you get a text message, William, from one of your nursing home workers saying, "Can you see me tonight?" ?
Sure.
She puts like a smiley face. You two get to Chase's club. I'm gonna let Chase describe what his club looks like and everything like that.
It's called the Medusa. It's gonna be a little bit classier. I'm definitely not gonna fit in the way I look like right now, but lots of dance space with various booths. There's going to be like booths, where like people can sit around and drink champagne and all the other stupid crap. Color scheme, it's going to be very, very modern. It's going to be blacks and whites and stuff like that. Lots of glass. You can have cages with women dancing in it. Not nude dancing, but like women, stupid jump up in the cages and dance and stuff, and people can't touch them, so they just dancing and crap.
So what are they like those glass boxes they put in like the skyscrapers, like you can see through the ground?
Yeah, so you can obviously like a plexiglass bottom, but it's actual a cage. So it's like they get, if they want to go in there, we take them in and they get locked in there and they can dance for a while without guys like touching them and falling all over them. But everyone can see them, so it's definitely out there.
As you guys walk in there, you see there's I'd say about 20, 25 people right now. It's not like fully maxed out, obviously, but just open. And you see there's this lady who's working behind the bar right now. By the way, her name is Carla. She kind of has like reddish hair, a little bit like curly reddish hair. kind of a ginger a little bit, has green eyes. You know, she's wearing like a kind of a tighter black top with like a skirt on. But not like untasteful, you know what I mean? But obviously to get tips and everything like that. She seems to be working pretty good. William, you notice when Chase and you walk in, she like right away is looking at Chase. She kind of smiles. Give me a perception and empathy roll when you see that. Yeah, difficulty 6.
1 success.
So you can kind of see there seems to be like, you're like, oh, there's, you know, like when have you ever had where like two people have hooked up but they don't want the world to know?
Yeah, definitely.
You kind of get you kind of get the feeling, but not from him so much as from her. Like she's just kind of giving him Google eyes. Doesn't mean anything happened, but you're just like, oh, like wow, Chase has a chick. You kind of blow it away. Then she goes back to working, and it's not busy enough to where she needs someone else yet. And you see the quality of people there. There's some couple college chicks there and a couple like frat boy type of dudes. And okay, scene's on you guys. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna go over to the phone. I'm gonna call up the sorority and tell my girls that, hey, it's girls' night out at my club. Get down here. There's not enough chicks here.
One of the chicks who answers the phone is like, yeah, definitely. We'll just give us a little bit and we'll be there, okay?
Yeah, no cover for the women. Tell all the guys that you guys are coming out here.
It's kind of late, but you know we'll definitely be out there. But we'll try to see what we can do, okay?
Yeah. Do your Facebook thing. Let everybody know that all the girls at your sorority are coming down to party at girls' night out.
All right, so because it's like kind of like 12:31 right now, but the club's open for about 3 more hours. So you see, he's on the phone. William, you see that, and then he hangs up and everything. And
this place is gonna get loud here in a little bit. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
You've been busy the last 6 months, man.
I gotta stay busy, or I'm gonna shoot somebody in the face
again.
I really gotta keep myself busy, or I might actually shoot somebody in the face.
What's with you and this chick?
Oh, she runs the place. I don't know shit about these kind of places, so I needed to hire somebody that could keep this place up.
Me? I started getting into the healthcare business.
The healthcare business? We're supposed to be getting into taking other people's money business. Got an entire database for companies.
And I can try again. Like I said, I didn't find anything useful there.
So let's take it from a different perspective. You identify a company that you think we can make money out of, and I'll go get their data, since obviously this one wasn't good enough. How about there?
So let me interject. If you want to roll again, you can, but it'll be a +1 difficulty, and I don't know what the difficulty originally was for the roll.
It was an 8. Yep.
So you can do difficulty 9 if you want.
I'll try it.
Oh, wow. No. He's like, I don't see shit, man. You know what I mean? You see him looking over it again, and he's concentrating, but he's like, I just don't fucking see shit, man. So you did tell William, though, about the Colburn and the Dunstern connection, right?
I mentioned it back at Juno's, and he's like, oh, I didn't see shit. I call bullshit. We should get into the drug business. Let me show you something here. I'm going to take him out on the patio. There's the river.
Because there's a nice view of the Mississippi River right there.
This place is right off the river. We could bring boats in, and I point down way less than a quarter of a mile. There's a little boat run. We could bring product in and out of this club all day long without anybody getting their hands on it.
Sure.
You know what I'm talking about? And we don't have to stick to. We could run guns. We could run all kinds of stuff out of this place. No freight. Nothing. We bring it in and out on boats every hour of the night. This is the place.
Do you have contacts for gun, drug dealers, and whatever?
We've got Little. We can go get Little. I mean, T's dead. That means he's looking for new employment. That's job opportunities right there.
Wait, Little was the boss, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Little's the boss, yeah.
Yeah, T was the kid you're talking to who died, who was murdered savagely.
There's drugs and there's gangs happening in the city, and other people are making money from it. Why not us?
Yeah, we gotta make sure that we don't bring the violence back to us.
We still have we've got blackmail material on the lead narcotics officer in the city, and we've got information on the DA, district attorney. So we need contacts. We can get contacts from them. Who better than the guy that's supposed to be watching the guys that are selling the drugs to find out who's selling drugs.
And you also have the mayor, too. And by the way, you have a copy of that shit, too, Ophelia. And you guys have the escort list, too. I just want to remind you of that.
Sure.
Oh, I didn't forget any of that.
Oh, that definitely sounds lucrative, and with possibilities for expansion.
And look, I'm just calling in the clientele. We bring in all these college kids into this place. We can push out like high quality stuff to these guys, and we just make sure that the police don't look here. They can look everywhere else and not look here.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
You get another text message, William, and it's like sad face, missing you kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. I'll write back soon. Smiley face. Okay, hey John. I got a jet, so see each other another night.
What are you doing, William? You taking off?
Yeah.
You are driving to this apartment complex, kind of a middle-scale apartment complex. This lady's actually kind of like 48 years old, 49 years old, one of the nursing workers. You go up the stairwell to get to her apartment. You kind of go up there and you go knock on the apartment door, and when you knock, the door opens up a little bit.
Hey, you there?
You kind of you hear a TV going, and but you don't really hear anything else too much.
Okay, I opened the door, I guess.
As you open the door, you see like the living room has no lights on, but it's being lit up by the TV, and you can kind of hear the hallway going down the left towards the bedroom. You hear like music playing down there.
I guess I'll follow the music.
So as you start walking down there, you hear your footsteps of your very expensive Italian loafers tapping as you walk down there. And you see the bedroom light on, and you look through the door, and you see this lady in her nightie laying on her bed, but that her throat has been slit, and you kind of see like blood is like oozed out all over the covers, and you see like her varicose veins in her leg riding up, and she's like her arms like draped over the side of the bed. She's just kind of like her head's draped over it too. Her eyes are open, and you just see like the blood was like pouring down there. Let me get a self-control roll, difficulty 8, please.
It's only a failure.
Okay, so you did fail though. So you start seeing as you're staring there, you see like red kind of approaching, and almost like when you're human and you feel like you're gonna pass out, and you just kind of feel like you're losing control. You're getting dizzy a little bit, and then you're waking up. Like 10 minutes later, you kind of realize you snap out of it, and you found that you were feeding off of her, and her body is off the bed at the point, and you kind of like had ripped her. You know what I mean? You had been feeding off her neck. And you're sitting there kind of with blood all over you and everything too.
Guess I'll send an SMS to Jonathan.
20 minutes after he leaves, you get a text message from him, Chase. What do you send in the text message?
Situation same as K. Type out the address.
You get this text message right when the crowd starts showing up to, there's about, by the way, only like 7 chicks showed up and a couple guys.
What
It is
the fuck?
Like, what can we say? You kind of called us at the last minute. It's a Saturday night and people are already all over the place. They've already made, you gotta tell me sooner. One of them kisses you on the cheek and runs off and does her thing right after you read the text message.
All right. I'm going to go over to Carla. Make sure those chicks, their drinks get watered down.
She's like, yeah, I'll make sure of that.
We need to work on finding one of the radio stars to start promoting this place. You find me the guy that all the people listen to and get me his name and number.
All right, she said she'll do that.
I'm gonna go to the back and get some like thick plastic bags, and I'm sure I've got some duct tape, some plastic bags, and a hacksaw or something.
So you're sitting there in that apartment. You see William you kind of described the same scene. The door, I'm sure he closed the door probably and locked it. You knock on the door and he opens the door. You see he has blood over the front of him. Not too bad, but obviously on his blazer that he had as he's standing there. And you see you see Jonathan with a duffel bag that has, you're sure probably obvious stuff that you're going to need. You two are uncomfortably staring at each other right now.
I can't leave you alone for a moment. It wasn't even 20 minutes. 20 minutes!
I found her with her throat slit. She was one of mine, John. One of mine. Can't let this just go by. I have to find this fucker.
I'm gonna do some investigation around the room real quick and just take a look and see if I can't find any evidence of what may have happened here.
I'll go clean up.
Give me a perception investigation difficulty 8.
And I'm gonna spend a point of willpower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
All right, so you're sitting there looking around, and you're pretty much, in a nutshell, figured out that there was a scuffle. She was, maybe like pinned down, or you know what I mean. Her throat was cut, and then you see, as you're looking around, you see a bloody, it's not a fingerprint, but like, like if they had gloves on or whatever, on the phone, like maybe like they were looking at the phone after they did it to some extent, but definitely someone who overpowered her,
Maybe sent some text messages after she was already dead.
Yeah, but she definitely seemed like she was waiting for someone, you know what I mean? And then,
So I'm seeing her text messages to William, I'm sure.
yeah, you're probably seeing it, yeah. By the way, you're starting to feel uncomfortable, because what's your humanity again, William?
6.
You're starting to feel like a little uncomfortable because how he's laughing in a situation like this, You're just like, what the hell?
Nothing else? 5 successes, that's all I can tell.
You can ask questions if you know what I mean, and I'll tell you if you know
Any
something.
footprints? Maybe some footprints.
Yeah,
or
you could tell in the carpet embedded that looks like it was boot prints.
can I tell like what size or what kind of boot prints?
Maybe like about 10, and you can tell it looks like worker boots. You can't really, you know what I mean. Other than that, but like maybe Timberlands or something like that,
Any security cameras in the area?
No, I mean not that you can tell. You just did the room, you know what I mean.
This is an apartment, right?
Yeah, it's an apartment. Yeah.
And nothing was knocked over in the living room. It was all in the bedroom.
It was all in the bedroom, yeah.
Can I tell what could have caused the laceration across the neck?
It looks like it was like a blade, a serrated type blade.
All right, clean up.
You're kind of taken aback by all this, William. Like you're just kind of watching this, like what the like.
And we should probably cut the body up in the bathtub. I'm gonna go look in the bathtub.
Cut the body.
Well, what do you want to do? You're gonna leave it here? We can't carry it out in one piece. Somebody's gonna obviously think something's up if we start carrying up a body-shaped bag out the front door.
Yeah, but you didn't do this to her. You know what I mean, William? Like,
I bought a hacksaw. We're cool. It's all good. I got bags. I got a hacksaw. Did she have bleach too? We probably want to clean up some of the mess. Some Febreze, maybe.
Yeah, you find that stuff in there. So what are you gonna do? You gonna help him clean up, or are you just gonna have him clean up, William?
I'll do it if he's got issues. Obviously.
Well, I guess I'll try to help, but I'm not sure I'm going to be in the proper mindset to actually do anything useful. Just pacing around thinking, who the fuck did that? Was this targeted at me?
What's your first instinct? I mean, let's talk about it. What do you think
It's more like a chaos of emotions. It's like, did she piss someone off? Did I piss someone off? Was this random? Was this meant to hurt me? Or what's supposed to happen here?
I think there's one factor that you can play in that would probably lead you in a direction. And think about the stuff that Chase found when he was investigating. What one thing would make you think, kind of give you direction on?
Yeah, the SMS. If someone actually sends
the
something.
The serrated
after.
Knife that Roman likes to use for cutting children's throats.
I'll leave you guys to thinking about that. Okay, I'm gonna cut to Joaquin. Were you doing anything for the rest of the night, or were you just gonna lay low?
Just turn on the TV, making sure okay, nothing in my immediate area. She's dead. Okay, so.
Dude, well, you kind of heard in northern Minneapolis, all that stuff is going on that I told you about too, with the Somalians and African Americans and stuff like that. And of course you have what you were working on before with the Dunster and stuff and everything like that too. Kind of live towards the northern Minneapolis area, so. That's having some kind of impact on you. Give me a perception and streetwise difficulty 7.
So I think that's 2.
Yeah, 2.
You basically are kind of this is something that you've heard has just started recently, the last couple of months, sparking off that there's never really been this level of violence, you know what I mean? And usually that most of the, other than the stupid cultural shit you hear in rap songs or you hear kids talking about, that really most of the drug trade seems to be going through the white Catholic population, which could be Catholic Germans, Catholic Irish, you know what I mean? Polacks and that African Americans in the city too, which is kind of different than most cities, you know what I mean? There's not a huge Hispanic movement or anything or a huge Hispanic population there, but it's basically almost like the type of people you would see in Fargo. Not for lack of a better term, you know what I mean? The older white guys who kind of hang out in the VFW or hang out, you know what I mean? And aren't really gangsters as you think of gangsters in kind of the Italian cheesy way or whatever that goes on That's usually who the beef is between. And then, but currently there's like two other elements are kind of making it different in the fact that you got the Somalians now who are starting that. And then you have almost like an Italian American a little bit, but not in a cheesy mafia way. Because in the Midwest, or excuse me, in the North like that, usually, and for those of you who don't know, usually Caucasians break off into ethnic groups, you know what I mean? Like Germans don't like Polacks and Polacks don't like, Norwegians, or you know what I mean? And back and forth like that. So that's where kind of the line's broken down. But now there seems to be like an Italian American presence, when it comes to the drug trade and different criminal elements such as that. So there's really 4 groups now that you've kind of caught wind.
Is there just one Italian American?
No, it's like just a small, like you've never interacted with them, but I guess a population element. They're not that strong, you know what I mean? They probably come from the Detroit Motor City area, again, not in the cheesy, I'm going to wear a suit and say, what I'm talking about, hang out at pizzerias and shit, you know what I mean? But usually for the most part, it's like Polak, Irish, German, Catholics. Just give you a little heads up on that. So then let's cut to Ophelia. Are you doing anything else for the night, Ophelia?
I've been going through, ledgers and looking at, I've been doing a bit of research on Little Somalia because of, what I saw on TV. Didn't get any replies from the others about, the dead kid that I texted them.
With C&T, it kind of brings up like a feelings of, thinking children and all that stuff. It kind of, and all the events is kind of, is in a way is bringing up the whole Dunstern thing a little bit in your head, like you're kind of like, I don't know, there's still a nerve that's been touched, like you said, that you try to run from. But it seems like no matter how much you try to get your mind off it, that you're not able to, Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay. Ophelia doesn't quite know how to go about bringing Dunstern down, but all she knows is the motivation is there. I guess she's offered her services to the others in that regard, but...
Here's the thing, too. Let's talk about your character in a way. I would say that your character, and I think the whole group would agree, is that your character is probably, in a way, one of the most vocal and adamant when she thinks that something's wrong. Would you all three agree that about Ophelia? To where if she felt like something was wrong, she would still continue. I guess I feel she would be very vocal until you felt that it was addressed. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yep.
But I don't know if the Ventures would agree with that or not. But I just think that you're always kind of the one who's like, you guys are fucked up. You know what I mean? Like I don't like what you're doing. But then let's think about this. I would think
like whiny would be the word that would.
Well, whiny.
John might.
Yeah.
I think naive, not really whiny, but
But would be vocal. In the end, would be vocal.
Human.
About shit. Yeah, it would be human. And if you think that they aren't pulling their weight, you would say something. But then let's look at this. And again, this session's a little more sandboxy, right? But you guys think about all that's available to you guys. Your mentor right now is the harpy of the city, right?
Of course.
And I don't know if you know the role of the harpy, but the harpy is one of the most important roles in the city. Some say equivalent, if not more, depending on the type of prince you have. Not so in the Twin Cities, but you know what I mean? They can make and break. They know the rumors. They know the ins and outs. They can pretty much start to defame someone and put someone's name through the mud.
I already don't like the prince either.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, what I was going to say was, after I saw the news report, I was interested because I know Little Somalia has a lot of theaters and musical stuff there. So, I'm familiar with that part of the city.
With that part of town, yeah.
Yeah, and I know it's quite a low crime area. It's quite a quiet part of town, so I'm a little bit concerned. I was just looking into that more so, seeing if I can find more info on what's been going on there and why maybe it's flared up recently.
Yeah. Let's do a perception and investigation difficulty 7.
2 success.
2 successes. So you kind of just realize that because they're kind of been in southern Minneapolis, you know what I mean? And most African Americans have been in northern Minneapolis with the crime and all that stuff. But it seems like it's almost that the generation of children, the first generation of American children being born into there or who were brought over at a young age are starting now to be influenced by the hip hop culture, by that kind of the criminal culture like that and everything too. But also there seems to be drug epidemics that have been starting to go on in the community also. And it seems that the newer generation has been encroaching upon the northern part of town there.
I see. I want to give Kaitao a call.
All right.
Because he gives a fuck.
All right. Kyle, your phone rings.
Okay. Yep.
Hey, did you get my text?
Yeah, about tea. Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad. I mean, it was a little shit, but you know, he could have had a better life than what he did. What do you think's causing the gang violence? Have you heard anything through your connections?
Well, I just tell her, yeah, this is just something. I just heard, like, this is like something that's just starting up, and just say what I know.
Yeah, I'm just taking an interest here. It's not like I'm gonna get involved or anything, but I like to be in the know on current events. But it's quite sad because the Somalians, they usually keep to themselves. They're usually pretty good. They've got quite a good little thing going on with their part of town, and I don't know. I just find it sad. Anyway, what's going on with you? Thought I'd call. I don't want to talk to the other two right now.
I can understand that sentiment completely.
Okay, so Kaitel, what did you make of the Scourge? Just without the other two around, what do you think about this?
I think that there's something going on, and that whatever it is, it's something that we need to keep an eye on, just because what that woman said, what woke her up. I have a big concern about that because, elders don't just randomly wake up, or they don't just appear out of nowhere like that. That's concerning, and seeing how all the other pre-45ers were acting, that's I don't like it.
You got to feel for these caitiff as well, because they get brought into this world with no help, no idea what's going on, and then now you got this crazy bitch going around killing them all for no to them what seems like no reason.
Yeah.
Do you think there's anything we can do on that front?
Well,
maybe we could get to them first and get them to announce themselves. I don't know.
I don't know. I honestly do not know what we could do with that, because the only one I know is we could try to reach Carlos, but like I said, we could. I don't know, because I think one thing, the caitiffs, they won't know who we are. They won't know that we're there is even a porch going on. They won't even know that. How are we supposed to get there and say, "Hey, I'm a vampire"?
Right, but I mean, is this something you care about as well? It's been playing on me a bit tonight. Let's stay in touch about this. Maybe we can keep an eye out on the news and see if there's been any strange deaths, what areas, parts of the city, if anyone's been turning up with the blood drained out of them, anything that looks like it could be a kindred who has no idea not to violate the Masquerade.
Yeah, I've been putting the word out on the street so far, nothing yet. I'll try and see if I can find something else. I'll keep still working on that.
And what about the Prince?
Prince?
There's not much we can do right now, but I don't like him. From what we found out, he's leading Roman Dunstan's here on his, kind of under his authority, I guess. And what we found out from his sister and his mum about what kind of person he is.
Yeah. So far, yeah. I could see if I can ask my sire about if he knows anything about that, but.
It doesn't look. I mean, everyone seems pretty loyal to him at this stage. There's not a lot we can do, but.
Oh yes, and even just asking around will probably turn some eyes towards us.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, look, let's just keep in touch with what we know anyway. Have you heard from the other two at all?
Nope. And honestly, if I could go with the rest of existence without seeing Jonathan Chase again, I would not be disappointed.
Well, I'm going to lay low tonight. Maybe we could go check out this new Elysium tomorrow. What do you think?
Sure.
All right, I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Hello, folks. Have you ever wished you could have an easy way to find gameplay videos and podcasts, or just media in general that deals with your favorite White Wolf role-playing games? Or have you ever wished you could find a forum to share gameplay that you have recorded, one which wouldn't be drowned out by random posts and discussion, so that your media could get the attention you want? Well, we have the answer for you in a Facebook group we run called White Wolf RPGs Gameplay and Media. The group is specifically ran with the sole intent of it being a one-stop shop for people to view or share media involving the games we all love. We take thorough steps to ensure the page does not become cluttered and is easy to traverse. We are currently over 1,000 members strong, and we are continuing to rapidly grow with new media being shared every day. Stop on by. We hope to see you there.